In my sophomore year of high school, I scored a whopping 13 varsity points on the season. And in my junior year, I scored 410 points and was crowned my team's MVP and made first team all conference. The growth came from one offseason. Here's how I did it. Step 0, be good at basketball. Alright, that's my time. Have a great night. It's great to see y'all. Have a good one. I'm glad I could help y'all. Alright. Nah, but for real though, if you want a chance of making the varsity team, you must show that you can help the team in a positive way, which means you gotta be able to play ball, plain and simple. But being good is not good enough. I've seen plenty of talented basketball players that struggle to get varsity minutes because of stupid stuff, man. I need you to understand this right now. If you are an underclassman and you don't immediately show potential, the coaches aren't interested in you. The coaches are trying to win basketball games. And if you can't help them do that, change it. My training programs can help you with that. Top link in the description. Alright, now to get into the practical steps. Step 1, get involved. When I was going into my freshman year, I had no contact with any of the coaches at my high school. I wish I made an effort to contact my coaches in the summer because I was unaware of the summer basketball program and I didn't play. That meant I didn't introduce myself to the coaches and I didn't show what I could do before tryouts. I still made the team and everything, but getting moved up from freshman to JV was extremely difficult. And when I did play up, I only got garbage time minutes. If I could go back in time, I personally believe that I could have gotten varsity minutes even as a freshman if I played in the summer league and if I showed the coaches what I could really do. I've been working with my old high school basketball program as a volunteer coach for a little while, and I have learned that summer basketball is huge for players to get in front of the coaches and to really show how dedicated they are to the game of basketball. It really weeds out the players that aren't serious about the game to the actual hoopers that are trying to get minutes. And let me tell you something, it's much better to play in the summer league than meeting your coach for the first time at the tryouts. So make sure to contact your coaches as soon as possible, whether it be the last day of 8th grade or sometime sooner. The sooner the better. Step 2, be relentless. After looking back at my 4 years of high school basketball, it may not have been perfect. Far from it. But I am proud of the fact that I worked harder than everyone else I knew. Let me tell you a story. This story takes place in my freshman year. At my high school, the freshman team practiced while the varsity guys watched film, which means the freshmen had about 1 hour until they got kicked off the court by the varsity guys. So we practiced from about 3 to 4 o'clock. The varsity practice, however, would go until 6 o'clock. Well, one day, as per usual, all my teammates from the freshman team left as soon as practice ended. But I stayed. Like every other day, I watched the varsity practice. I dribbled on the side, and eventually, once the girls left their practice at 5, I went into their gym and got a good workout in. I'll never forget this one night in particular, though. I was alone in the girls' gym, and I had a full sweat. Like, a hard workout, man. The clock struck 6:30, which meant I had about 15 minutes until my parents picked me up. But as I was standing at the free throw line, getting my last few shooting reps in for the night, I look over as one of the doors to the gym suddenly opened. In my head, I was thinking, I'm gonna get kicked out of the gym because some custodian is gonna get mad and I'm gonna get in trouble with the school because I'm in the gym without an administrator. Oh man, this stinks. It was the varsity head coach. He never exited the building through that girl's gym. And he looked just as surprised to see me as I was to see him. What are you still doing in here? He said. I replied, I just wanted to get some extra work in. And my coach paused for a second. He seemed impressed. He then shook my hand and said, next practice, stay and work with varsity. And from that day forward in my freshman year, I practiced with the varsity team. Even though I couldn't drive yet, I was the first one in the gym and the last one to leave. Every single day. Now, did I lie to my parents about the practice time so I could get there 1 to 2 hours earlier than everyone else and leave 1 to 2 hours after everyone left? Maybe, but nobody's perfect. Anyway, make it your mission to train harder than everyone else. Nobody can deny hard work. If you're serious about getting better at basketball and just need the right plan, click the top link in the description. I have workouts that will make sure you actually improve your shooting, passing, ball handling, and finishing effectively. No fluff, just simple workouts that work if you stay consistent. And if you want to make the varsity team this year, get yourself the 365-day basketball training journal. Track your progress and level up. What is measured improves. And as a bonus, when you buy the journal, you can get 50% off all workout programs, only with that same order. Click the top link in the description to get access. Step 3. Study film and talk basketball. Even if you aren't playing on the varsity team, watch the games. Look at the film. Talk about the games with the head coach. Show them you understand the game on a deeper level, or at least you are a student of the game. Discuss the play calls. Oh, well, where does the shooting guard go on this play? How can the center seal the defender in that set? Ask meaningful questions and give your coach your full, undivided attention. And just absorb as much information as you can. I ignored this when I was younger. I didn't want to waste my time watching the varsity games because I wasn't in them. And if I could go back, I definitely would have watched more of those games. And I would have asked my coach about them. So don't make the same mistake I did. Make it a routine to watch all the varsity game, look at the film, and then discuss it with your coach the next day. Step 4. Do not put the varsity players on a pedestal. This may be a controversial opinion, but it worked for me when I was in high school. Do not accept freshman treatment. Be a buzzkill. Like, no, for real, be a buzzkill. Bro, that's just how it goes around here. Nah. Not with me, bro. I don't tolerate that disrespect. I respected the varsity guys for, well, being on varsity, but I never put them on a pedestal. All of my teammates used to always be like, dude, they're so tough, bro. Did you see the play they just made last week? I mean, they're okay, but I can outwork them and become better than them. That was the mindset I took towards it. Now, with that mindset, there were definitely times when some of the older guys would challenge me and disrespect me, and I gave it right back. Or they would threaten me, and I stood up to them. But instead of fights breaking out, I earned my stripes that way. I was willing to literally fight, or possibly get beat up, for my respect. Now, if I was giving advice to you, which I am, I suggest that you do it a bit more tactfully than I did. But still, the principle stands that you let no one treat you poorly because you are younger than them. I actually spoke to one of the seniors that graduated when I was a freshman just last year. I'll never forget what he said to me. He said, "Yeah, Mark, we knew you were good. Honestly, at the time, we hated you and we tried to rattle you, but it was all because we saw the potential." I truly believe you should be nice to everybody, be a kind person. That goes without saying, but don't be too nice. Get yours. Step 5. Embrace mistakes. After playing basketball since I had the ability to walk, and now being a basketball trainer, I have learned that 99% of young basketball players have a negative outlook on mistakes. I put my players through tough training sessions, and whenever they mess up, they get mad or they get embarrassed with themselves. But I tell all my players the same thing. My job is to push you to make mistakes in practice. If you're not making mistakes, you're not working hard enough. Mistakes are a sign of growth. Before big games, my dad would always say to me, "Mark, first play of the game, I want you to catch the ball and throw it out of bounds." It always made me laugh because I was so tense before games, and just hearing something that ridiculous is funny. The problem was I was worried about messing up. But my dad's solution was he wanted to prove to me that mistakes aren't the end of the world. If anything, you might as well get that first mistake out of the way to prove to yourself that it doesn't really matter. Could you imagine first play of the game? You get the tip off. Oh, pass it to Mark. Throw it to the third row. Step 6. The most important step is to have faith. God's got you. You may not see the path in front of you, but God does. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. Jeremiah 29:11. Amen. Jesus Christ is the way, so stick with him. Trust in the Lord, and he will make your paths straight. Amen. Hey guys, I wanted to get your thoughts on this because I've been thinking about this for a while now. Some of y'all may remember I used to run a free community, and over 500 of y'all boys were in there, which is awesome. It was great in the beginning, but trying to keep it consistent and actually helpful on my own wasn't working the way I wanted. So here's what I'm thinking. What if I set up a paid community? Not some group chat space like I had before, but like an actual community. A space where you can message me at any time. We can get on weekly calls. We can break down your film, work together on your mindset, and I can answer all your questions, all focused on helping you get better at the game of basketball. By the way, YouTube's staying the same, so Don't worry about that. This would just be like a bonus for those who want to work with me personally and those who want to have me in their corner and to personally guide them in their basketball journey. Let me know what you think in the comments. Would this be something valuable for you? Alright, man. Click this video to learn how to get better at basketball so fast it feels unfair. But as always, keep God first. Stay blessed, bro.